Hello, Magic Fire. Okay, I'm gonna go do uh the. I'll be right back. Okay, he's warming up. Hello, hi, Minister of Defense. Hello, hello. Good morning. Okay, so what are we doing today? Well, I have some. I think these are like minor. These two things should be minor chores. Although we need to do them both in client and the server. We need to do them for Mac and Linux at the very least because uh, server runs on Linux. Hopefully, there's a lot of overlap. This is a bigger change. We need to change the UDP protocol. Much bigger change. Retransmission support. Um, that is a even bigger change. And then there's this, which is um, it's not even sure that this is the right way of doing things. So this is going to be a tentative thing that we're going to try. Windows is having some fun Zig blockers. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that in std.io? While you answer, I'll go get the tea. Or rather, I'll pour the hot water. Let's see. Net receive and net send both are panic to dos. I see. Okay. So tea is brewing. So yeah, I'm gonna go there in a few minutes from now. Um, in the meantime, let's start this work. So let's start with marking UDP packets as VoIP. So how do you do this? Um, I think I have here some code samples that I can take a peek at. Hey Toggle, hello. Yeah, have a good lunch. Hello everybody. We're not gonna do any woodworking here. We are doing so this is my list of to-dos right now. So to give you a recap, I'm working on a Discord alternative that is open source and then you can self-host. I'm not using WebRTC. I'm doing everything from scratch. That doesn't mean that I'm not gonna have a web client. You can do VoIP without WebRTC even in the browser. I think you know what I can now state this with full certainty. And if it does end up looking like that you have to opt into WebRTC to get a web client going, then fine, I'll do that. But WebRTC is a big vertical stack. It's not just a network protocol. So um, I don't want to use the vertical stack in my application. So worst case, we will adopt the protocol to make the web client happy, but that's gonna be it. So that means that we have to implement everything ourselves. A couple of days ago, I've implemented jitter buffers. Well, I started a couple of days ago, then yesterday I continued the work. So I have a very basic jitter buffer implementation going, and so now I'm building on top of that and adding more sophisticated features. So right now, my next to dos are using OS APIs to mark audio related threads as having higher priority, um, marking UDP packets as containing VoIP data so that they get prioritized, hopefully. Um, Improving them. So there's a mechanism by which when you don't speak, you don't send audio data. But that has some weird implications with regards to the protocol. So we need to change the protocol to be in order to account for that possibility in a correct manner. Then we need to add retransmission support. This is gonna require some. I mean, I said hard, but it's not by itself. It's not particularly hard. Oh yes, also UDP heartbeat. Yes, the problem is this is the UDP keep alive thing here. Basically, if you stay silent for a long time, then um, well, if there is a lot of silence, not just staying silent, but if other people are staying silent too, then at some point your NAT will close that port, and then UDP packets will not reach anymore. Um, so a UDP keep alive is necessary to keep that path open, even if there is once we have support for not sending data during silence. Retransmission support is hard, mainly because it requires adding buffers where we currently don't have any buffering, which is on the sending side. When we send something, we just send it right away, and then we forget about it. And yeah, we can't do it like this anymore. Now it has to be more sophisticated because somebody could ask us to retransmit something, and we need to have it around still to be able to retransmit it. Finally, I want to see. I want to change my usage of macOS APIs for grabbing audio from the system. I think that I'm doing it in the wrong way, and I think the right way is to use just one audio engine instead of three, and we'll see. Is that a bit of the project start? Not really. There are much older videos that have some of this work in them, but it's not like this is not a series where this is day one, this is day two, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. This is just me streaming while I work. So I do some work offline, I learn stuff as I go. I get down wrong rabbit holes, and then I have to pull myself out afterwards. So it's not that kind of educational content. Well, this is essentially it. So, yeah, I want to start with this one. Mark UDP packets as VoIP. So let's start doing this. So we need to set, we need to use set sock opt for, and we need to set DSCP UDP. Let's see. Why is there anything better? Differentiated services. Let's see. Class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4. Drop probability, low, medium, high. DSCP 3435. Um, Low priority data, network operations, broadcast video, real time interactive, gaming, low priority video conferencing, signaling, peer to peer, client server IP telephony, signaling, routing protocols reserved for future use. So we kind of want this, I think. Gaming, low priority video conferencing. Does this mean that this is better than this? Then fuck it, we're going with this. Okay, so we need to learn next how to set this stuff properly. It's a set sock opt stuff, but I guess we need to look into the details. Okay, so let me go grab my teacup, and then we start coding this stuff. Okay. So, where do we do this? In network? Actually, do we want to commit first? I have a bunch of code. Maybe getting to commit to a committing to committable state first is not a bad idea. Um, Do we do another? You know what? We should stop doing work without committing. We need to commit. We need to commit. Okay. We need to commit. We need to commit. Um, Question is, do we CI? We don't. Okay, let's fix CI. Next packet in jitter buffer. Oh yeah. Next packet begin. Next packet commit. Do we do next packet anywhere else? We do here, next packet. Okay, you know what? Let's do this. Zig build test. Let's start with fixing tests. Accessor type. What? You want next packet of playing? Oh, okay. No field data len instruct. Okay, better, although not exactly. Expected plane found starting. That's because we changed this, didn't we? So I bumped it up to 8. That is, let's do this from 1 to start count. Is that right? No. I think it would be 0 start count. Why are we starting at 1? I always forget because we use that as a sequence number. That's why. Okay, let's do plus 1. How is it now? Capture packet ring task ring basics terminated with signal abort integer overflow. Yes. Change this and I didn't update my tests. We don't do this anymore. That is not a thing anymore. There we go. Okay, tests are good. Zig build CI. Our sound minimal. This is also not going to work because we're missing stuff, I think. No field number named capture test start, capture test stop. Yes. Okay, we're like in we're doing fine. Expected two arguments found three. Expected two arguments found three. You're lying. No, you're not lying. Yes, you're lying. No, you might not be lying. I think you're lying. Okay, let's see the corresponding code. God damn it. Capture test start. Okay. Yeah. So this one calls OS with power capture playback. And oh, we're missing power. Yeah. Actually, this can be done better. This is an option to cd.comic.value without the star here. Okay, so CI builds test pass. Um, we are technically committable. How do you diff the last commit? So we rename uh, packet size to packet sample size and frame count to packet frame count. Yep. Still have a temp IO in core. That's not what we want to have. No more temp IO. And also in channel list, the debug window doesn't do this anymore. So no more microphone off on. This one doesn't happen anymore. Camera for now and screen share, yes. No more Opus Dance. We have a different system for this. Okay. Okay, let's try again. There's a muted field inactive call. That's fine. Call mute toggle. That's fine. This is fine. There's a debug const in network that is absolutely fine. Yeah, network is now pretty different. That's fine. This is gone. Global for silence length. We'll keep it for now. Actually, let me reread this. Yeah, ring buffer. No more capture stuff in here. 300. It was straight up 300 milliseconds. That is a lot for this notification stuff. That's fine. Mute label, blah, blah, blah. Floating window. No more opstance. This is also fine. Ooh, where are we? av.zig. Oh, here's one critical thing that we're missing from av.zig. Like the capture stop start button, absolutely delightful for sure. Here's what's not. Here's also what's important though. The exit button, the one that makes us leave. Actually, where the heck is that exit button? Is it like in a second column? Uh, Where's the exit button? Wait a second. Where's the exit button? Oh no. Oh, it's not in the audio video tab. I think it's something above. I've seen that there is no user.zig. There's only AV. Uh, okay, let's start from the top. GUI user draw sidebar settings page DUI button exit. There we go. Settings page per page. Okay. Um, you're gonna call capture test stop, no matter what. I think this might be a problem. We might need to track. I don't think this is idempotent. I don't think that's automatically idempotent. I think we need to do the tracking on our own end. Now, watch the audio stuff freak at me because, or never mind. You can call it. Does it still work? Test, 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 test. Yes. So this works. Um, test, 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 test. Okay, I am not hearing myself back. So this is good. So this does what it should do. Cool. Actually, almost. Inside av.zig. Actually, no. In settings page. Switch state active page. Um, it's the sidebar, I guess. Then if item activated, capture test stop. Okay. Okay. So this is okay. Run host media sender. Blah blah blah. Okay. Oops. You see, amend. Okay. So it's now time to write a commit message. It's gonna be audio. Introduce a jitter buffer plus various improvements. Add a jitter buffer for handling network jitter. Introduce remove all mutexes from audio hot paths. Introduce lockless ring buffers. Well, replace with lockless, lock-free ring buffers. Then add audio test button in settings and remove audio test from debug. And remove audio test from the AV debug menu. Then introduce add a mute button. Add a voice activation threshold settable in the settings page. Initial implementation of DTX. This continuous transmission, i.e. don't send silence. What else did we do in here? I think this is mainly it. Yeah, our CI is dead, so we're gonna have to merge without CI. Okay, git switch main, git pull. Can we zig build CI? We can. Next. Support macOS in CI. How does this work? Switches DVY dependency to Zig16 dev branch. This is awesome. Add security. Is there really no conflict? Oh, this adds x86-64 macOS. I don't know if we want to support that. I'm merging this, but I might take it out. Yeah, so now we get to fetch frameworks and we need to build recompress. We're refetching Xcode frameworks. Interesting. Well, so far so good. We seem to be cross-compiling real hard. Merge YouTube and Twitch chat and now legal on Twitch. Is it? Do you have a link? Okay. So we are cross-compiling hard. This is delightful. Great job. Holy shit. That was such a nice PR. So nice. This okay, we can now finally start this work. Thank you very much. This was awesome. But the VUI still has its own Xcode frameworks. Unfortunately, I see that we got it twice. I mean, I understand it. It's I get it. But yeah, at some point we need also to see if we can harmonize that as well. Twitch will no longer enforce against streamers who display a combined chat. Okay, one sec. Stop the music. Let's turn on audio also on YouTube. Uh,
cases, we had not been proactively managing or policing putting combined chat on screen, but it was the case that if a report was made, then we were issuing warnings. And that was what happened recently for Giguk. And I don't think, in hindsight, we've definitely heard the feedback. And so to be clear, we are updating our enforcement guidelines to make sure we are not issuing enforcement actions for integrating combined chat on the video from your stream, such as what happened with Giguk and what he was doing when he received the warning. Now, it's important to note the streamer is still taking responsibility for what happens in the chat from third-party platforms since we don't.
okay, cool. Well, nice. Now, if only YouTube chat wasn't complete ass, that would also be nice. But what can you do? The YouTube APIs are horrible. If only they weren't. Okay, so we can now go to the network and start making things better. This fake network file. Wait, does it actually exist? Okay, thankfully it does not exist. Okay, in Core Network, we were saying that when we open the UDP socket, so run host media receiver, no run host media manager. So this guy here does a socket bind mode dgram protocol UDP. Yeah, but then we need to do a sock opt on this bad boy. Set, what was the acronym? I already forgot the acronym name. Differentiated services. So we want CS5 level, so value 40 or something. Okay, so how to set stuff? So it's the SCP stuff. Okay, so this is super important on the server side as well, not just here. Yeah. So how do we do this? Sock std.os POSIX. Do we switch? I guess we switch. Switch built-in dot target OS. Is there ease POSIX? No. Yeah, let's do Linux. Let's do Mac OS. Learned from a YouTube clip of Giguk's stream reacting to a tweet on a clip. Yeah. Okay, so Linux. sd.os dot Linux. Why is there no macOS in here? I guess we go under Linux even if it's macOS. We should not, should we? Is Linux going to be set also for macOS? Oh no. Where's macOS? POSIX? What's POSIX? So we used to have std.posix. I mean, I still have it in this version of Zig, but it's kind of goner. So Oh, we want std.c. That's what we want. So I guess on Linux. Oh, wait. So I guess as long as we link libc, we want std.c, and then we might actually be fine on all platforms. The problem is once we stop linking libc, which on the client is, I don't know. Well, okay, let's do it. std.os.linux setsock opt file descriptor sock.handle level opt name opt val opt len. Okay, we need to learn how to use this guy. Um, as u size bitcast e size level. Jesus Christ. Okay, proto IP. This should be IP toss. There's no dot x, all right? Of course, it's a fucking struct. Mean cost, reliability, throughput, low delay. I actually don't know. Wait a second. Socket level options? No. Can I not see IP level options? So you do you pass down all of this? No, you can't because this is a struct. So the fuck am I supposed to do? Toss mask, mean cost, reliability, throughput, delay, rec. Ooh. Time to go to Claude. I need to set. Actually, I have this already in a thing here, I think. There we go. This does 46, then shifts it left by 2. I have no idea about this. Expedited forwarding. But then it uses this IP toss value. Expedited forwarding. Did we have anything about expedited forwarding in here? No. I mean, it is a separate value, so that makes sense. How are you supposed to use this? How are you even supposed to use this on in our case? So this part I get, IP proto, IP, fine. Is it TOS mask? Well, you know what? There's a link here. Let's go clicky. Let's go clicky on it. Please, stupid fucking browser. Um, linuxp.tos as this argument. Oh. I might. Yes, thank you. Yeah, that sounds more like it. Thank you. Yes, that does sound more like it. Thank you. And then this value. The problem is, yeah, POSIX is gone there. So, we were saying this one's then a pointer to whatever, and then length of that whatever. So, I guess we want to use 32 for this value. So const level equals what though? And then we do ampersand level size of level. Oh, thank you, because this guy returns the all the delicious stuff. Thank you. std.posix.set sock opt. Oh. Oh. Are we stealing? We're stealing. We're stealing. You come with me, bad boy. Oh man, all this code is mine now. System is either Linux or libc. Well, no, we have Windows. So Windows is not going to be libc. Or rather, you know what? The client, for now, it might. But Windows on Linux or macOS. Look at the definition for system. Where do you system? Are you talking about std.system? Or are you talking about something in here? Top of the file. Yeah. So what you're saying is that this implies libc also on Windows, but we don't really wait. We don't. Oh, Windows. It's because it has a branch in here. Yeah. Okay. I see. Well, okay. This code is coming with me. So is sd.c or os.c? No, it's .c. I'm thinking that we should do this. So we don't have to do this, nor this, nor this. Isn't this better? Um, const system equals switch. Blah blah blah. There's this stuff. Here's another switch. Okay, why does it not like what I did just now? I probably left some half baked code up here. Okay, let's comment this out for a moment because we're we can get rid of this and this and this. Here we go. That can go to 0. Then this line can go can disappear. Okay, so um, that would be a cd of POSIX. Not unexpected error, wouldn't it? Oh well. Okay. This part is so far so good. This is now an io.net dot um, socket dot handle. There we go. Oh, the Arno stuff. No, that's not my file. That's my file. What's E? Jesus. But where are we now? We're in C. So this is C.E. Wait, is this C.Erno? Of course. Oh, well, you know what? I might as well just qualify it. Is it there? No. Unexpected Erno. Where is it defined? In POSIX. Oh, Horizon system. Are you saying that Linux has a different Erno? I see. Thank you. So unexpected Erno. This returns unexpected. Unexpected error tracing. Oh, actually, what was the thing printing? This. I'll take it. Okay. So with this, we should have absorbed all the code from ICD.POSIX. So now we can do get sockopt to our heart's content. Except that we now just do our own. Oh shit, I'm touching the wrong one. Wait, we were already wait. We're already depending on this bad boy. Because we're doing no delay on TCP. Right. We're disabling the uh yeah, look, I was doing it right even. We're disabling the I forget what's it called. The guy's algorithm for making the connection worse. Okay. Well, you know what though? Here's what we can do. We can move that to being our own. So there it is. And now toss. Okay, we need to learn what are those values. So this is yeah. Oh wait, there's default forwarding, expedited forwarding, low delay, low loss, low jitter. These characteristics are suitable for voice, video, and real-time services. Strict priority queuing above all other traffic classes because an overload of EF traffic will cause queuing delays to affect jitter and delay tolerances in the class transmission, blah, blah, blah. Voice admit behavior. The voice admit behavior has an integral related to expedited forwarding. However, voice admit traffic is also admitted by the network using a call admission control procedure. The recommended DCP for voice admit is values. Um, call admission control procedure. The fuck is call admission control? Oversubscription of VoIP services can you use it to in the call setup phase and applies to real-time media traffic as opposed to data traffic. CAC rejects calls when there is insufficient CPU processing power. No, you motherfucker. You try anyway. Okay, so we're going for expedited forewarning, I guess, which is this guy, 46. Wait, how do you set that to how do you set that to 46? Also, why was Claude suggesting 46 instead? I'm gonna open this. Claude was suggesting 46. Also, it was shifting it left by 2. So the number was going way up. How are you supposed to do this? What is this? Expedited forwarding. Okay. So how are you supposed to set this correctly? I think this guy is pulling my leg. Does anybody have an example of this not being like crap? 46. Wait, wait, I forgot. I copied 46, but what was this saying? Um 46. Yeah, why the shift? Why the shift? Why the shift? Why was AI doing the shifting? Oh, also, we're using our higher levels of stock up that I don't know. So in theory, we implemented this. Now this should also be done in the server. So we should do the same in the server. Run UDP socket, which we receive. Who's calling this? This guy. Right, we're setting up UDP thing in the beginning. We're setting also the TCP thing in the beginning. We need to do more stuff of this kind. Okay, so here's how we do it. This is code that needs to be shared between client and server. So that means that this is coming with me into Awebo. So we have our network utilities. Oh, wait. Okay. This is now fine. Now this needs to grab this from somewhere. There we go. Or like to do. Okay, with this we're happy. So now we can go in the server. And here we can essentially do the same thing again. I'm almost thinking that we should put the higher level stuff in here and just invoke it, but whatever. Yeah, you know what? I think we should do this. Might as well. Like we still get these exocopt errors, but at least we centralize the finicky stuff. The SCP. How do we return? Do we return this error? Do we, you know what? We could make them void, whatever. Actually, this might just very well be a socket at this point. Okay. What was the original thing? HC TCP stream socket handle. Socket. There we go. It's got in and player. There's also left shift of 2, so the AI might be a right. They're also shifting. Why are they shifting? Who knows? Who knows? Fuck it. We shift. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. How does the server like it? Server seems to have survived the change. What about clients? Okay, client is recompiling hard. Client has survived. Maybe. Oh no, you know what? No, it hasn't because server has survived actually, but this guy hasn't. Wait, invalid, unreachable. What? Wait a second. I feel like I'm going insane. Wait, you're telling me that this fails, but this succeeds? Oh, here I'm not saying protocol UDP. Oh wait, this doesn't succeed shit. We didn't add any call to these guys. Uh Never mind. Server has not survived anything. So are we shifting to match? Are we shifting not enough? What if I don't shift? Didn't like this. Didn't like this. Um I don't know. Suggestions? So this one works because we were already doing it. So this one, at the very least, does not complain. This one does not seem to be good. Does it need like admin on macOS? Nope, that's not it. Maybe the value is just not good. Shift aside. Assure for warning. Oh wait, I read these guys. Let me read assure for warning. Assurance of delivery as long as the traffic does not exceed subscribed rate. Traffic that exceeds the subscription rate faces a higher probability of being interrupted if congestion occurs. What are these classes? The real-time interactive 40. Maybe macOS has a different approach. Okay. You know who we can ask? I need to set um UDP DSCP. Actually, more than you. I think this is it's an IP thing, right? Anyway, DSCP 246 on a. I need to set DSCP 246 on a UDP socket using C on macOS. Show me the code. Oh my god, this guy is shitting itself now. Oh no, they forgot to set the SCP for 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 the AI reply. How does this work? Oh my god, everything broke. Copy. New thing. Paste. Surely starting from scratch on a new tab will not have any adverse effect. Oh no. Shitting itself. Let's go to Gemini. Gemini is going to make us proud. I can already tell. There's a answer now button. Watch me use my pro thing. Okay, let's see. Key concept, the bit shift. The type of service TOS field in the IPv4 header is 1 byte. Oh, wait, that's kind of important. The SCP uses the most significant 6 bits. To set the SCP to 46, you must shift the value left by 2 bits. Okay. Why is this not set to be a single byte though? Why are we sending down an int? Is int an equivalent to a U32? I don't even remember this. You know what? This guy is a C int. How about we make this a C int as well? Maybe that's the solution. Without sudo, we're not happy. Proto IP, IPTOS. Yeah, I mean this is libc stuff, right? So there's just no way it would be wrong, or rather, like this number is not libc specific. So I guess it doesn't matter; it'll get chunked down. I mean, I guess ultimately when it gets into an IP header, yes, but um, this signature here is very type unsafe because this is a byte to anything, and this is the size of what this thing is pointing at. It's one of those Linux APIs that I don't understand why are designed this way, honestly. So first you bind the socket. Wait, IPv6 is different. Um, guess what we're using on macOS? Guess what we're using on macOS? I'll give you a hint. Where is it? I'll give you a hint. So we need to. Can we know if this is an IPv6 or not? Yeah, because we can look at this union. So it's still setsock opt. This is different. This is different. Rest is the same. Okay, so address. What do you not like about this? IP4, IP6. What do you not like about this? Ah, right, it was just an old error. Okay, so TC class. Okay, let's see. Oh, now we're in business. That was it. We are now in business. How's the client doing? Client is doing fine. Okay. This was supposed to be a walk in the park, by the way. It was not. We also need to test this on Linux. Although, is this macOS only? Is the different? I would strongly assume so, but I'm just asking to give an opportunity to this thing to gaslight me a little bit more. Bro, come on, man. As usual, they're like one is dying, the other one has to die too. Please host them on different servers. Oh man. Okay. So this is done. Mark UDP packets as VoIP. I think we can commit this. Again, we didn't test this really on Linux, but I think it's fine for now. Zig build CI. Test that we didn't regress the build since we don't have CI. Okay. Okay. So this is done. Next, set the network thread to have good real-time properties. So what's the story there? The story is we have two threads. We have two network threads that deal with UDP. One reads from the UDP socket and delivers audio packets to the playback audio thread, roughly speaking. It's slightly more nuanced than this, but that's the general gist. Then we have another one, which is the capture network thread, which is reading from a ring buffer that we write microphone data to. And every time there's a new packet ready, sends it out to the internet. Now, the problem there is that if that thread lags behind, it's essentially equivalent to the audio thread lagging behind. It's exactly the same. Like you will not produce audio data at the required rate. And so you will start depleting other people's jitter buffers, and at some point your audio will will be shit. So we need to. I think we need to make it high priority. I'm not 1000% sure that that is the case, but I do think that we need to make it high priority. And so there are APIs for doing this. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. Related to this, like the same is also true for the server. The server somehow not scheduling the thread that reads from UDP, that also would be a problem. The server right now is doing things in bulk. Actually, no, you know what? This is actually kind of sad. The server was supposed to use bulk APIs, but right now it's not because there's a bug in the there's yet another bug in the batch UDP code, so that needs to be fixed. So we need to do this. And yeah, and then we need to work on this. Man, these are all such good enhancements. So where do we start? Let's start. Oh, you know what? This is gonna be network utils, or I think from network. I think this should be called utils. OS utils. Network utils is not bad. Set of utilities shared between client and server that mostly deal with networking / real-time OS fiddling. Okay, so we basically want pub function set thread real time. I have no idea what the signature should be. Claude has a suggestion on how to do this, which is to actually write it in C. Also, what the fuck is this? This is like a inline function definition. Oh, wait, I forgot that auto is a keyword that you can use. Holy shit, you can use auto to not have to type a type when it's obvious. Oh my god, I completely forgot that that was a thing. Completely forgot. So we could keep this as Objective C code. Actually, this is not Objective C. This is just C code. The thing is, this one's mac.h. Where do we even get mac.h? Autos in C, I thought it was C++ only. I don't know. Good question. Maybe I'm wrong. There's a few different. I mean, also this is not C. This is definitely an Apple extension to C. Like you definitely do not do this in C. Unless I'm wrong, and like to be fair, like I'm not a professional C developer, so I don't know the latest and greatest in C technology. But this looks very sus to me. So C23 added it. Okay. I am really tempted to keep this in C for macOS. I'm so tempted. Period MS. Computation 20%. Constraint. Must finish within 30% of period. Like, I don't want to go and fish these definitions. Although, I mean, they come from one of these guys, so okay. Let's take it easy. What is this? Mac.age. Wait, Mac/Mac.age. Oh, wait, it's getting also suggested. That is actually very promising. That is actually very promising. Pthread. Shut up. Pthread slash .h. Oh god, why do I keep clicking this? Pthread.h. Okay. This is a semicolon. This is a semicolon. This is a semicolon. Okay. So far, so good. We don't have Mac time base info. The fuck is Mac time base info? We don't have Mac time base info. Data T. No time base. No time base. There's no okay. We are successfully importing this stuff, but there is no time based definition. Okay, I'm starting to think that the AI is pulling my leg here. Thread time constraint. Okay, so that does exist. So we do have some stuff. Okay, where do you get this guy? Driver kit. Driver kit? When will Zig reach version 1.0? I don't know. 5 years from now. Where are you supposed to get this thing from? It's gonna be a while before Zig reaches 1.0. There are things that we need to discover still, I think. Uh, Mac time base info. Oh, is it in? Okay, okay, wait. Maybe it's telling us that it is in time.h. Why is it not complaining? Okay, it doesn't allow me to go to definition, but it's not complaining about this. What if I add something random? You know what? I think that until this is wired in, then we're not gonna get any good feedback. There are multiple roadmap videos. Every video that we make for the roadmap is about what's gonna happen. What are gonna be the main themes for the next year? And the themes for the latest themes have been async IO, incremental compilation. Those are the main themes. Native phaser integration. These are the three main things that we're working on. But that doesn't go all the way to 1.0. Like 1.0 will be tagged when the language is done, when the standard library will have gone through review. Currently, the standard library is not the focus of development, so things get into the standard library sometimes not entirely at random, but there is no you know uh fully deliberate design behind it. So once the standard library becomes the focus of development, things are gonna change. Some stuff will be taken out, some stuff will be added. We don't know yet, but that will have to happen. And only at that point, 1.0 will be tagged. So, and in the meantime, there is a lot of space that needs to be explored. Just like async IO, for example, is part of the design space that needed to be explored. So, yeah. Let's see how if it's gonna give me good Zig code. Oh no. Let's change this. Well, this is a lot less shit. Oh, we also got a new import, Mac time. What do you know? Maybe that's the one that contains the good stuff. Okay, let's see how this goes. Now, this does not need to be a function. Yeah, this is the one that has time base. There we go. This is the import that we were missing. Okay, the next thing that I deleted was the mac.pthread_t that represents the thread. We're gonna have to get our hands on that thing somehow. Is there function to get the p thread of the current thread? P thread self. There we go. Can you get that from the Zig thread? Well, in the color code here, I would not have access to this variable anyway. So I might as well just do this because the network thread is scheduled as a io.concurrent callback, and io gives you a future. Like the io is an abstraction that is thread agnostic, so it doesn't speak in threads. So I would need to do something like this anyway. Or you know what? Maybe what I could do is something like std.os, I don't know, .linux.thread or std.process current thread or something like this. So maybe we have a way of grabbing the current thread, like a cross-platform way of doing it, but ultimately it's something like this has to happen. Okay. I like the original comments on those lines better. Yeah. Wait, what the fuck? Look at this motherfucker. Did it? Okay, no, never mind. I thought it flipped my preemptible variable to from false to true, but no, we do want the thread to be uh preemptible. I don't think we want to avoid this. Okay. Um. Set current thread real time. So YOLO. Go network and run host media manager. The sender is the one that we want to make real time. Send current thread real time. Let's see what happens to our client. Error, Mac time base failed. Well, there we go. We tried it and it returned an error. Oh, no. We tried to compile and it did not work out. Here's what happened. Um, Unable to read MacTime base return. These are functions where on failure, we don't want to kill the application, I think. So we just want to log the error. So far, so good. So this is happy. Let's do the same with the server. So in the server, we want to set run UDP socket. Hello, new site. Send current thread real time. So that will also work, I would assume. But most importantly, now we need to understand. So we got macOS, that is delightful. Now, what do we do on Linux and on Windows? Thankfully, Good Boy AI is gonna help us with this stuff. Linux and Windows. Actually, let's do show me currency code for Linux and Windows using Zig. Assume that you can see import all the relevant header files. Might be harder on Linux because we don't use pthreads on Linux. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait, do we not? No, we do. Wait. Wait. There is some pthread stuff in io.threaded that has to be there to support cancellation. What am I missing? I thought we called clone directly. You know what? I never fully understood the relationship of threading on Linux, pthread, and Zig. Um, so I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. Linux offered two approaches. Sched FIFO is a classical real-time policy, but schedule deadline is the true equivalent to macOS time constraint policy. It exposes the same three parameters directly to the kernel's CBS scheduler. Approach B, Sched FIFO, simpler, still widely used. Does anybody have an opinion on Sched FIFO versus Sched deadline? Try the Z to see the code for Linux. Oh, right. Here's the how to get the thing. What's it called? Right. It's std.thread.current. Get current ID or something. What's ID? Okay, it's not get current ID. Get current what? Get handle, get name. Never mind. Maybe that's not it. Is that line only available on new kernel versions? I don't know, but would you argue it's better? Take a look at this. If native OS Windows thread implementation. If use pthreads, POSIX thread impl. If Linux thread impl. Blah blah blah. I see. Thank you. Well, okay. Oh, you know what we can do also? Let me spin up hmm, VMware Fusion. Hello, Mr. VMware Fusion. Should I? Okay, let's restart it. Okay, it's just not does not want to show anything. Okay, so I can do this, this. Hello, dude. You're supposed to do something. Oh no. You know what? Yeah, that is the problem. Oh no, I have to press learn more. Why can I not press download? Bro. Why can I not just press download? Yes, please. Oh no, I saw it. I saw the thing blink here on the left for a second. Oh no, who knows where it's gone now? Oh no. Why is everything so shitty? Okay, opening space one. Okay, we're in. Can I just download? Please just let me download. Oh no. Free software downloads available here. Yes. VMware Fusion. 13. Jesus. 25H2. I have to. Oh, this is delightful AI design. So you click on here, but there's the you can't click thing. And you say, wait, what the fuck? Why? Then there's a thing here that you think you would like to click, but then you can't click it until you click terms and conditions. Then, no, that's not enough. Bro, I clicked. Okay, you have to click them not in a new tab. You have to click them normally. Then you can check this. Then you can download this. Of course. we're back to this place. Your download has started. Place of wait a few moments. Oh, there we go. Uh oh shit, I typoed. Why is big cam mirrored with respect to small cam? I think it's a small cam that is mirrored, so that it looks like that I'm looking at the code when I'm coding. I don't know. I think big cam is mirrored. No, never mind. Well, I mean, this is definitely set so that I'm looking at the right way when I'm coding. But I think that the full screen camera is also meant to be one that you can use to read text. Without the mirroring, you would not be able to read text. I looked away for a second. Did this thing install VMware? What happened? Insufficient permissions. What? Wait. Double click to install. Open. I looked away for a second and I don't know what this thing did. Okay. What? That. What is happening? Now this runs? Do I now have two VMwares? Am I supposed to drag these into applications and replace? I'm gonna drag and replace. I mean, it's not like the old one actually works, so. Why is it not opening my virtual machines? Drag and replace is the normal installation method on Mac. This one needed something weird because it normally they tell you to just drag. This one is saying double click, but no, I'm clicking stuff at random. Shut up. About, is this the right one at least? 25H2, yes. So why is it refusing to run my virtual machines? Suspend settings, snapshots. Like nothing works. It's like the application is completely busted. Settings works. License. Oh, there we go. And also leaking. I mean, it's a free key, but it's so funny. Check for updates. Newest version available. Do I need to reboot? Is that really the best option on macOS? I don't know. It's just what I use. It's what my virtual machine is also configured to use. So uh might also be path being file accepting a consuate and it's also being file accepts a lazy path. I might be. I think I might need to restart my computer to make this bad boy work. I think it's pooping itself and it's just not good at telling me that it's pooping itself. Um, Annoying, but understandable, I guess. Uh, do I want to restart? I mean, we kind of want to test this stuff on Linux. I don't think we want to leave Linux as a complete afterthought. So it's restart time. Let's reboot. Okay. I'm going to refill my teacup while the Mac reboots. You're streaming on a PC and capturing the macOS output? I am indeed. If I didn't, every time I launch one of those build cross compilation commands that eat all the available resources on the system, the stream would lag horribly. I would drop frames, nothing would work. So you kind of have two machines if you want to have a good experience. Check for updates automatically. No, bro, you're supposed. Okay, show this message when no. So you're supposed to stay in here, just be turned on, and do nothing. I think this is supposed to be a little bit smaller. Oh, it's supposed to be a lot smaller. There you go. Okay, will it work now? There we go. Yes, upgrade the machine. Why not? Let's fucking go. Uh-oh. Bro, did you fuck up networking? I hate updates. Why does something always break every time there's an update? Oh no. I should not have clicked. Hmm. Well, it's about time out. So nice, we got in, but network is down somehow. Shut down. Oh wait, I don't know. I'm pressing those buttons, just hoping that cycling them does something. Fuck, it's not doing shit. Never mind. Rebooting this does nothing. I don't know what to do. I'm using a Panero. I don't know what Panero is. So VMware Fusion does not want to work on. Well, the network doesn't want to work with new VMware Fusion. Of course, why not? A window manager. Oh, etc net plan YAML file with a new name from NES 160 to NP2S0. Further reading. Further reading and link to a page that I suspect has no information. Oh no, it does. Oh, let's see. Different new name in the guest. So I guess that is the answer. Why are they fucking this? Why are they fucking around with this stuff? Just keep things with the same fucking name, man. This is not the first time that some stuff changes name with updates. Why are you mucking with this stuff? Also, so now we have to wait 1 minute and a half before that part fails. ETCnet plan. Also, how do you do this stuff on NixOS? Yeah, we're waiting for NES 192, which which not okay, which my number doesn't even match. Doesn't even match what these people are saying. These people are saying. Eh. So in any case, code wise, what were we doing in here? So we were looking at we were looking at Awebo.zig, and we were looking at the network stuff because we wanted to add Linux support. And we were suggested, actually, no, Control C, you stay here. We're going to need to look at this stuff again. Here the AI is pooping itself. Here. Here we're good. And we were looking at a specific reply. Yeah, this one. Let's do Windows first, maybe, so that we can. Let's do the shitty one first. Windows.h AVRT process threads API. Let's see. You know, I think we got worse answers because we asked it to do too many things at once. So, um, if I go back, at some point, we got a suggestion for other platforms. Yeah, there we go. For Linux and Windows. Let's look at the Windows stuff. Here's what it was saying. Windows MS CSS plus thread priority. Windows has two complementary mechanisms. Set thread priority, the classic Win32 priority model, coarse but always available. MMCSS, proper solution for audio media. Temporarily boosts the thread to near real-time priority, manages CPU starvation. So this is include Windows.h AVRT pragma comment lib avrt.lib. I guess this shit is to link against avrt.lib. Um, huh. About that, um, do we have avrt.lib? How do we get our hands on avrt.lib for cross compilation? Also, why is this string prefixed with an L? Is that an wait? Does L stand for large? No, that would be W for wide. It is a wide string. Oh my god. Step 1, register. Fallback, at least bump up the Win32 priority. This is nice. L is wide, long. Is it wide or is it long? Listen, it has to. It's not the same thing. God damn it, Microsoft. Either it's wide or it's long. If it's both, then it's big. If it's neither, then it's micro. God damn it. Set a relative threat priority within the MCSS class. Priority low, normal, high, critical. Critical. Also set Win32 priority as belt and suspenders. Reverse threat characteristics. Okay, this seems much better. Also, this is C++. Apparently, this is not even C. This is C++. Although I don't see any plus plus ism in it, except maybe the L. What is the I thinking on? Yeah, it's thinking of not getting. Oh man, what was it called when they? It's a wedgie, right? It's thinking about making it super hard to get a wedgie by somebody. So, how do we do the VRT stuff? I don't know how to do the VRT stuff. Um. mm, 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 mm. You know what? I think I changed my mind. Let's look at the Linux code first. Let's see. Uh, real-time scheduling with thread set sched param. Unlike macOS time constraint model, Linux has a fixed priority model with 2 RT classes. And that's what we got in this reply. Wait, is this motherfucker lying again? So here we got a reply about sched FIFO, sched RR. And then when I asked the Zig version, where's the Zig version stuff? By the way, the fact that you can only move to these things linearly, it's driving me insane. There's now sched FIFO and sched deadline, which is apparently the new and hot stuff, which we did not get access to. Oh, wait. Kernel CBS, constant bandwidth server, guarantees your thread gets runtime NS on CPU time every period NS and will always be dispatched before sched FIFO sched RR thread. Requires capsys nice or running as root. Which I would assume you have the ability to do as a normal user on the machine. And for the server, and for the server, I mean, you better have root. So this is the Linux stuff. I'm thinking of, you know what? Let's actually put them as separate functions. Why not? Oh wait, this is usage. What am I looking at? Oh, I pasted a lot of stuff. Why is it defining these things as how? Why is this not a? Okay, I'm not understanding what the slop that I'm getting back. So here we have pthread and company. Here we have an extern struct that represents scheduling attribute, I guess. glibc intentionally omits sched set utter define the ABI structure manually. Why? Why does it intentionally omit this? Why? What's 6? Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what we're doing. I think I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna leave these as to dos at this point, and I'll finish the macOS stuff because there's more work than you need to do on macOS. I'm gonna leave these as to dos, and you know what? I'm gonna commit. I'm gonna make a commit, and I'm going to open an issue for this. Do we CI? We should CI. Hello, get gopher. Push. Go to Awebo. New issue. Set real time thread scheduling for Linux and Windows. In permission denied. Yeah, right. Is this one? No, it's not this one. It's this one. Well, actually, this is what I know about real-time scheduling. Uh, which is not much, and it's what uh I don't know what Claude suggested. Uh, is not much. On Linux, there's sched deadline. On Windows, there's what was it called? MCSS, blah blah blah. MNCSS. Okay. Um, to mention scheduling setup for you. No, but I would assume that Pipewire would do that for the audio thread. The audio threads, um, I think that whatever native API that we use, it will automatically set up high priority for audio threads. This is for our own network thread, which is technically it's not as high priority as proper audio threads. Maybe, I don't know, I guess, kinda. But it needs to be up there because, if you have a super active audio thread and then you have a shitty network thread that chokes every time um, it's done sending a packet, then essentially your audio pipeline is choky. So I don't think that Pipewire, unless there's a function that you can call on Pipewire to do the setup work on a arbitrary thread handle that you provide. You need a higher priority for a networking thread? Well, you don't think so? That would be really unusual. I don't know. We'll see. In any case, for now, um, maybe I can add a comment pointing out your objection. To be fair, this is something that would make sense to discuss. I don't know. I'm just assuming that the entire pipeline needs to be high priority. I'm gonna edit the message to point this out. I don't know for sure if that's a good idea, but I'm testing it for now. Okay. I think we had more stuff on macOS to do that our good friend here suggested, which is this one. Disable app nap and power assertions. macOS app nap and power management can throttle background threads. Assert an IO-Kit power requirement. Release when done. For a command line tool, you can also call. What what does that even mean? For a command line tool. And then it gives me a chunk of Objective C code. What is the meaning of that? Is this Objective C code going to have a what? What does that mean? Kind of a brain fart. From a command line tool? Oh, so how does the power stuff work then? So I guess we want to do this. We kind of want to turn it on while we're in a call and turn it off while we're not in a call. So I'm assuming that this is like a process wide thing. My app needs high priority. We can do that while in a call, maybe. But you know what? I don't think there's any point because I would imagine that just turning on audio would do this for us. Like, I would be curious if this would be really necessary if you already have. Let's change this. About 0.7. Come on, give me the slop. I'm curious about the opinion. Largely redundant. I don't know. Honestly, I don't trust this answer either way. Mm, I think that if I had got yes, I would not have trusted it either. I don't know. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna mark these as done. Uh, we can now. Oh no, we can now start looking into making restarts a better thing. So, uh, okay, first of all, sanity check. Does it work? There you go. Assertion failure. Remove UDP, remove from call, reach unreachable code. What happened? Was there somehow a race on users connecting at the same time? No, that was something that had to do with UDP, I think. Yeah. Now, this is truly interesting. Why do we get in here? What happens? Oh, I see what happens. What happens is that here we are removing a client, and we think that we have to remove them from UDP, while in reality they didn't have a UDP thing. So this is a wrong assert on my part that we need to remove. The problem is that the client is shitting itself when trying to set UDP DSCP. So it turns out that we did not get it right much after all. You know why? Because okay, this is the weird thing. We connect to we connect to the server using a IPv4, but basically, yeah, I don't know why. Why is this happening like this? We need to diagnose this a little bit. The thing that I think is causing some trouble is the fact that I think socket address is gonna be um wrong for some definition of wrong. Let's fix also the server 1259. Yeah, says IPv4. And I bet you that if we somehow forced it to be IPv6, it would work. So here's how we do it. No, what's an address? Okay, what's an address? It's an IP address. Okay. Actually, why am I doing it so complicated? Maybe we could say that if we use an IPv6 address, then it is IPv6. And then if it's IPv4, we try both. Something like this. I don't know. Yeah, this sucks because if we know that if it's IPv6, so okay, let's switch. Socket to the address. Okay, this seems to make sense to me. You shouldn't write any IPv4 specific code except for ours and encoding other strings. I don't know what to tell you, man. So we need to apparently you have to use different settings to set sock opt depending whether it's IPv6 and IPv4, and the address that comes with the socket cannot be trusted to give you the right value. So I don't know what to say. Set UPD. I'm getting an error because I'm trying to use the IPv4 version on what is apparently is an IPv6 thing. So, oh shit! In because inval is considered unreachable. No, bro, that is a problem. Inval is considered unreachable. So wait, I I was too optimistic. Okay, out of curiosity, what if we always use IPv6? So now this is gonna be happy on my machine. But what if we're using actual IPv4? I don't think this is gonna be happy with actual IPv4. Never mind. Never mind. It's not happy with IPv6 either. This is something different. You should be able to do everything via an IPv6 socket. There is no reason to use an IPv4 socket. That is my point. I see. So you're suggesting to force IPv6 everything. And so if somebody is doing IPv4, then they get the, what is it? Square bracket, colon, colon, IPv4, square bracket. Mm, okay. Uh, so this code is not working. I was too optimistic because when I committed it, I stupidly assumed that this. Okay, so let's do it like this then. Um, yeah. So what you're suggesting is to do just std.os.linux. What's it called? T class. Um, so you're saying that we do in server run. Okay, if you did not send this message yourself twice, it might be you. Run TCP accept. Oh, but in the beginning, where we said where we said the TCP thing. Where is it? Here. CMD TCP.listen. Okay, so to turn this, so we would have to turn this into a. What options can you pass? Okay, so this is annoying. Actually, wait, for TCP it doesn't even matter. Right now we're having issues with UDP. Hmm. Um. Yep. Codeberg is dead for me as well. Okay, so this part is annoying. I think we need to turn this off temporarily because it seems that set TCP no delay. No, actually, this one is fine. Wait a second. This one does work fine. It's the client one that is crappy. Um. It's only this one that is crappy because the server is fine with it. Yep. Okay, so this was to check that we have everything working. Status. Okay, I'm going to Awebo for now and undo this change for now because we would need to do more stuff, obviously. There we go. I don't know. So let's do this and then let's do the actual work. Okay, we want to set ID and sequence ID and restart ID in a packet. So proto media. Protocol media. So right now we have a client ID, we have a packet sequence number that takes 4 bytes, and we have a timestamp. So the timestamp is completely useless. We're gonna change the timestamp to restart. Restart ID. Yep. Restart ID. So far so good. Serialize. Open stream serialize. Sequence 0. Restart 0. Yes. Okay, so far so good. Nobody cares for now about this stuff. Yeah. Okay, now we care about restarting here. This is where we care. So here's the idea. Instead of resetting sequence, okay, where are we right now? Host media sender. Sequence. Restart is 0. Sequence plus 1. When we soft mute active call, uh, do we reset sequence? I think it's fine. Yes. Actually, it doesn't matter. What matters, sequence, I guess we could. Please restart, that's for sure. Let's reset sequence for now. Why not? So then we set sequence restart. Okay. Next is on the receiving end in audio. where we do care about sequence. Where's this? Oh no, it's in jitter buffer. Okay, when we receive a packet, um, okay, so we're writing a packet, and it has a different current restart. We cannot touch this stuff in here, I think. Oh, wait a second. We cannot touch this thing in here. Wait a second. Expected next sequence equals 0. Oh, no, we can touch this. Yeah, we can touch this as a form of initialization. That is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Actually, like this. Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. Then, when we look at slices and stuff, we look at the slice, we look at the packets. Also, we need to keep around that information, right? Start, comma, sequence, comma, data. Uh, 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 uh. I'm gonna call it meta. Lux 2. Okay. So now we keep track also of restarts. And now, oh, actually, when we are sorting, now it's more complicated. Now it's more complicated. Less than. So if I thought we had a compare function somewhere. They returned less than, equal, or greater than. Well, time to write cursed ifs. So if okay, let's do it like this: const LHS equals pb dot meta at LHS. Actually, we can do it like this: if LHS restart equals RHS dot restart, which is actually what should happen more commonly, then we return LHS dot sequence lower than RHS dot sequence. Else, we return LHS dot restart lower than RHS dot restart. That could have been worse. Okay, so now this has been fixed. Now tests are going to be all kinds of fucked up. It's fine. So now we need some logic in duplicate returns. No, this is sequence. This is restart. Oh, duplicate returns indeed. Not. You're right. Thank you. Yeah, that's kind of cute. Thank you very much. Okay, so well, next problems. There we go. Next packet begin. Okay, so now we are in business. Next sequence. Yeah, no. This is gonna be next meta. So we need to check if this is a new restart. So if next meta dot restart is lower than jb dot current restart, then we skip it, continue. If next meta dot restart is greater than jb dot current restart, then we do this. We say state is starting, expected net sequence is 1, and jb dot current restart is next meta dot restart. Then if next meta dot sequence is lower than the current expected sequence, we skip it. If we skip some old data, commit those slots as red. Yeah, that works. If next meta dot sequence is the expected sequence, increase the expected sequence, send it out. Otherwise, increase the expected next sequence and commit if there's anything to read, return null. Here, same. Wait a second. This is state buffering. Do we have a state buffering? Yeah, we do have state buffering. Okay, this is actually pretty good. What is this? This is not real. Okay. Um wait, is this actually it? I think this might be actually it for um making recovery after silence more resilient. Now, I don't want to commit this because I want to test this locally first if it at least kind of works. If I broke something completely because I didn't pay attention, then I don't want to commit this. Um, but yeah, this is good. By the way, I'll explain basically what I was doing or what I'm doing. Originally, we were sending a sequence number, um, and that sequence number is supposed to be always increasing. The problem is that after a lot of silence, you don't know if, like, you deplete your jitter buffer. At least given my current implementation, maybe there's other, maybe even better ways of fixing my behavior than what I just did. But what would happen is that you stop sending, the jitter buffer on the other side is depleted, and then the other client doesn't know if it's falling behind because there's horrible network problems or if you're really shutting up because we're not sending data. So um with this idea without the concept of restarts, then if you send a how can I say, if you try to stay in sync, you kind of don't account anymore for network. Like I think basically what could happen is that you were kind of like there was some delay while we were transmitting, but now that delay is gone because network state has changed. And so if this guy keeps playing at a steady rate, thinking that now it's time for sequence number X, and then these guys start sending again with a slightly older sequence number, then you throw away those packets even though you shouldn't. Um, so with this system, so what I was doing previously then was every time you stop sending, we reset the sequence number to 1, and we were treating 1 as a special value that would basically tell the client side, okay, when you see a packet with ID 1, then don't immediately try to play out thinking that you now have a depleted jitter buffer and now you need to scramble and play everything that you get, but instead um, rebuffer up and then you play everything again. The problem is that if that packet 1 gets lost, this mechanism doesn't kick in, and now everything is all fucked up. So um, that's what the sequence number is for. Basically, the sequence number guarantees that even if that packet 1 is lost, we do still observe that there was a that we need to start buffering again instead of thinking that that is a old packet that needs to be thrown away or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Again, maybe not the best way of doing it, but you know what? At worst, I think that the worst characteristic about this approach is that it consumes 4 bytes, but we are so rich compared to normal VoIP applications because we don't have a bunch of headers that they have. Like, I think they have like 40 bytes worth of headers. So we can splurge 4 bytes on an extra ID. Who cares? Who cares? We'll see. We'll see though. So um do we build? We build. Does it work correctly? Locally at least. Test. Test. Well, this is not an echo server, so we need a second client. I'm gonna mute this. Test, test, test. Why does it sound so bad? Oh, because it's low volume. Test. Oh, and it's the shitty microphone. it's it's picking up the shitty microphone. But restarts seem fine. Again, this is not necessarily the most genius approach because this is not necessarily the most genius approach because um, the fact that this works here doesn't mean that we made an improvement or that it keeps working on the network. So I would need to test that as well. But at least we didn't work everything horribly. So I think I'm gonna stop here. I think this is it for me today. So I'll mark this as done. I'm gonna need to test this out off stream a little bit. I'm not doing this on stream because it's just me playing around with a laptop and a remote server. So it's just even more boring than normal. And yeah, that means that now we're left with these two big to-dos. This Opus stuff is, it's a nice to have, but it's not that important. So I'm gonna split it off. Screen share support obviously is a new arc, but with these two done, if we do that correctly, like with this that we just did, with this change, once we add retransmission and we switch audio engine, we're gonna be in business. We're gonna be fully in business with voice calls on macOS. So yeah, with that being said, thank you all for hanging out. I hope you had a good time. And yeah, I think I'll see you. I don't know who to rate. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm gonna be lazy. I'm not gonna rate anybody. So I'm just gonna go. Thank you all and see you next time.